Okay, so after 19, this time we're gonna go we're gonna go from grams to moles. So that means we're gonna go this route. Remember, we're gonna have to divide by the molar mass. In doing so, I'm gonna give you an example that it is number 17. So for number 17, and where did I get number 17 from? This worksheet that you picked up last time. So make sure you take it out. I do have some extras right there in that pile at the beginning as you enter the room in the black table, on the black table. So we're gonna do this one. How many moles are present in 34 grams of copper hydroxide? And it's copper 2. So for number 17, what you're gonna do is we're gonna convert 34 grams 34 grams of copper hydroxide, and we're going to convert those into moles. Okay, so we're going to try to figure out how many moles are in those 32 grams. Well, with that said, we first have to figure out what the molar mass of copper hydroxide. I'm probably not going to have enough space, so I'm going to move over to this side. Okay, so we're going to, for 17, right? I'm gonna put the molar mass of copper 2 hydroxide. So as we do this, we have Cu, and then you're gonna separate all the atoms, right? As we separate all the atoms, the next thing we need to do is we need to determine how many atoms of each, of each atom do you have? So we're looking at the subscripts. Copper has 1. Oxygen, we're going to distribute that 2 to each of these, the O and the H. It's going to be 2 for each. Then you're going to multiply by the mass of each of these substances. The mass for copper is going to be, give me 1 second. So sorry, for the mass for copper is going to be 63.5. Mass for oxygen is going to be 16.0. The mass for hydrogen is going to be 1. Multiply horizontally. We end up with 63.5. 16 times 2 is 32. And then 2 times 1 is 2. And you're going to add them up together. You're going to end up with 0.5, 3, 5, 7, and 6 plus 3 is 9. So the molar mass for copper hydroxide is going to be 97.5 grams of that is equal to 1 mole of that. So the way we're going to write the conversion factor, you're going to write it as 97.5 grams per mole, which is the same thing. So we're going to use that as our conversion factor. So now we're going to go back over here to 17, and we're going to start off with our given, which is 34 grams of copper 2 hydroxide. When we do that, we set up our table, our dimensional analysis. Since we want to cancel out grams, we said going from grams to moles, we were going to divide by the molar mass. In doing so, we have to use this right here. So we're going to divide by the 97.5. So 97.5 is going to go down here. And it's going to be your gram. And then your 1 mole is going to go on the top. And then, of course, that mole is going to be respective to copper hydroxide. Sorry, I didn't mean to put parentheses right there. with that said, it's going to be 34 divided by 97.5, and you end up with 0.3 sig figs, 0.35, yeah, 0.35 moles of copper 2 hydroxide. Okay?